Hey everyone, welcome to another happy hour hangout. I'm Jess and I'm so glad you are all here today. I'm gonna be doing some doodling, gonna be having some great fun today. Who do we got in the chat? We have got Yakmanda is in the house, hello. Who else we got? I know we got a few of you folks popping in. Feel free to say hi and let me know how you're doing today. It's a rainy day outside, and I thought for a rainy day here in the Northwest to get up and going, I would like to do crafty things, and what better way to get crafty than doing some doodling. So we're going to play Patchwork Doodle today, friends. I've got one who reads. Sonia is present. Hello. And we've got Gusternaut here too. Awesome. Very, very nice to see all of your beautiful faces on the interwebs in text form, because I can't see your faces physically, but I know you are here. So I am really glad that you are joining me today. I know there's a few other streamers that are doing some stuff around the Twitchverse. So thanks for popping in. We are going to be playing Patchwork Doodle by Uwe Rosenberg. It is a game where you're drawing polyominoes on a grid, and you have some special powers and abilities to manipulate some of the pieces as you draw, because the object is to have the most squares filled in, and we are going to have 3 different scoring rounds. And at the end of the 3 scoring rounds, any empty spaces will give you minus points. So you're trying to fill in as many squares as possible. And then from there, you will count up your points, and whoever has the most points wins. I played last Friday, if you all were here during Oricon Online, the online sci-fi convention. I played Second Chance, which is also by Uwe Rosenberg. And it's similar in that you are drawing polyomino pieces on a grid, but it's just whoever can fill in the pieces the best based upon cards that are drawn. So you're trying to fill in your grid as much as possible, have a limited amount of empty spaces. Whereas this game, there's a little more into it in terms of what pieces you can draw. And so if everyone would like to play, that's totally great. I will be doing a rules explanation as we're walking through it. And since we have time, we will probably be playing at least a couple games. So if you would like to participate, you would need to draw a grid that is 9 by 9 squares. Something like this here. You can use graph paper. You can just use regular paper. It just needs to have 9 squares across, 9 squares tall. And yeah, so that's the player sheet that you're going to be working with. Otherwise, if you do have a copy of the game, we will be using that copy of the game. So yeah, it's going to be fairly chill stream today. I wanted to doodle, wanted to do some coloring and things. So I thought, why not play Patchwork Doodle today for the stream? So I'm going to have us pop down into the player board so you can see what I'm doing, what we're going to be working with. And then if any of you have questions while I'm explaining things, totally fine. Feel free to pop them in the chat. I will make sure to be as attentive as possible on the chat so I can see those questions for you. So here we go. We've got our nice little grid here. Down here at the bottom, this is going to be my player sheet so you all can kind of see what I'm going to be doing. And I have chat and myself up here. These are going to be where I'm going to place our starter pieces. So from there, we will be using our starter pieces and drawing it anywhere on our player sheet. And then from there, I will use this little quilter meeple to go around the circle based upon the die rolls here on this D6. Now this D6 is unique in that there are 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. So the maximum movement that the quilter can go is 3 spaces. I'm going to have him start it. I'm going to have it start between these 2 spots, and it will go in a clockwise rotation. We will play 6 out of these 8 cards for every round. Once those 6 cards have been played, the 2 cards that have not been played will roll over into the next round, and I will place 6 new cards to complete the circle of 8, and we will do another round. We will do this 3 times, then we will score. How scoring works is as follows. You will be drawing polyominoes somewhere along your grid. We will give you a starter piece. You can draw your starter piece wherever you would like. Then from there, depending on where the quilter meeple lands, you will draw that shape anywhere on your player sheet. However, things to remember is scoring is based upon the largest square that you have in a row and column. And then however corresponding rows and columns are attached to it, that will score you points. So I'm going to draw an example. Let's say I've got a shape here, and I've got something along the lines here, and I've got like a straight piece here, and then I was able to manage to do a Z. I did a Z piece, and then it's time to score. So what I'm going to be looking for is my largest square. So I'm going to count how many squares high and how many squares across I have that are complete. I see here down at the bottom, I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 complete for a row. However, I do not have 7 high. The highest I have is 3, but it is not completely 3. So actually, the highest I have is a 2. So my largest square for this scoring round would be here, the 2 by 2 section. So this would be my square. I would multiply that. So 2 times 2 is 4. And then any corresponding rows that are the same height as that square will also give me points. So this row here will give me an additional +1. This row here will give me additional +1. And this row here will give me additional +1. So all told for that round, I would score 7 points. Now, in future rounds, you can build upon your square to grow it exponentially so it can get taller. So I could possibly get a 9 by 9 square if I played my cards right and if I drew my polyominoes correctly. I could get a 9 by 9 square. However, in this instance, I only got my largest square was only a 2 by 2 because there's some empty spaces here. And then each additional row that I had, or each additional row or slash column, that is the same height as my square, I would get just a +1. I don't multiply that. I just add the single row to it. So I will make sure to kind of go that. It's a little bit complex to think about, but once you go through the first round, you'll kind of get the hang of it. And like I said, we're going to be probably playing 2 games of this. So if you want to lurk and just watch this first game and kind of understand the concepts and maybe just ask some questions as we go through, that is completely fine. You can totally do that. If not, if you want to just try your luck and play along and ask questions at the same time, that's completely fine too. So that's how you're going to be drawing your squares and counting your points. Now, like I said, this is similar to Second Chance, but it has a little bit extra to it in that there are some special abilities that you can do throughout the game. Down here, you'll see there are 4 sections, and they correspond to the 4 different bonus actions that you could do during the game. This first one here is what's called the adjacency rule. So let's say our quilter landed on this piece and you don't want to draw that piece. You can take the extra action of adjacency and instead draw one of the shapes that is adjacent to that quilter. So instead of drawing this piece that the quilter is on, you will draw one of the shapes that is next to it. And you cross off that bonus to indicate that you have used it. Or if you're playing at home with just plain paper, you can just write next to it adjacency and give yourself a little reminder to let you know that you have used that bonus. Okay, the next one is a 1 square fill in. That is if you want to draw an additional 1 square anywhere, you will draw your whatever the quilter landed on, the shape that the quilter landed on, and then you can draw an additional square. That does not have to be touching that one. It can be anywhere on an empty space in your grid. This is just also a one-time use that you can use, and so you'll cross it off. So I would say write down +1 if you're using a made-at-home sheet. The next one is a cut. So if, for example, my cowboy quilter was here, and I decided to use the cut action, I would actually cut the piece here. I would cut this piece along one of the lines of the shape. And then once I make an imaginary cut, this is not a real cut, we're not cutting cards. Once I make the imaginary cut, I would draw one of the 2 sections instead. So if I wanted to take this piece and use the cut action, and let's say I wanted to cut off this square, I would only draw this T shape instead of the 4 squares, not the 5. Okay, so that's the cut action. And then finally, there is a second time, or a duplicate that you can do, which means you can do one of the top 3 bonus actions another time again, because in the game, only these actions can be used once unless you decide to use one of the second time around. But this is only a one-time use as well. So you can't do a second time on all 3. It's just a second time on one of those bonus options. Okay. At the very end of the game, as we're going through round 3, instead of having the 2 cards that are remaining to fill up for the next round, we will keep going until there are 3 possible shapes to draw. And then you will pick one of those shapes to end the game with. And then we'll count up our squares and our scores and go from there. If anyone has any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat. I will put my quilter here in the meantime. And I will need someone to give me 2 numbers between 1 and 10. 2 numbers between 1 and 10, because those will be our starter pieces for the game. So I need 2 numbers between 1 and 10. I've got a 9 and I've got a 4. Okay. So number 9 is going to be for the chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chat, that is your starter piece. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my starter piece. So how this is going to work is chat, you will draw this shape here anywhere on your grid. That is your starter shape. It is 7 squares wide. And as you see on these cards, the numbers are corresponding to the number of squares that make up that shape. Okay. And I get this really long Z piece. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see about getting a little autumn colors here. And I'm going to draw my shape down here, going up 3 and across here. And there we go. So this is my starter shape. Awesome. Looks like everybody's doing okay. No questions so far. So I am going to roll this die and see where our quilter friend is going. There's a 3. So they're going 1, 2, 3. So the L shape is the next piece you will draw anywhere on your grid. You can rotate it, you can mirror it. You can also choose to use one of your bonuses if you would like. That is up to you, but remember, you are trying to get your largest square because that's how you're going to be scoring points. Okay, so we've got ourselves a little L shape. I'm going to actually draw my L shape up here. See if I can fill in so I can create a 3 by 3, because right now I only have a 2 by 2 for my square. But if I get this little square here filled in, then I would have a completed 3 by 3. Okay. And also let me know too, chat, if I'm going too fast or too slow, if you need me to repeat anything. What I'm going to do, instead of removing the cards from the ring, I'm just going to flip them over so we can see how many cards are still left in the game, and it'll make me easier for me to lay out the next cards for the future rounds. Okay, so we've got that first L shape. Next, we've got a number 1. So the quilter is going to go here. It is just a little 2 shape. I will move it out of the frame a little bit. There we go. So you can see that 2 shape is fairly nice. So I could draw my 2 shape here, because that'll also help me complete my 3 by 3 there. All right, Sonia's got a 3 by 3 so far. Very nice, Sonia. So currently you will be sitting on 9 points there for the 3 by 3. And again, if anyone needs to use the bonus actions of like the adjacency rules or something, the adjacency rules apply to what is, I believe, what is visually present. So if that one gets discarded, if there's a card that is, flipped over or something like that, I believe the adjacency rules only apply to what you visually see, if I'm not mistaken. Because I believe you take them out. And as well, too, as we get down to it, drawing patches are optional. If you choose to pass, you can pass. So there's no penalty for passing, just for the sake of you don't get an opportunity to draw. So there we go. All right, we've got this one here. Let's see, would adjacency apply to the small L since the one between is out of play? Yes, Sonia, that's a great question. So if you chose to, for example, for this one here, if you chose to use the adjacency rule, this card is essentially out of the circle. So this would be the adjacency to its right-hand side, and then this would be the adjacency patch to its left-hand side. So yeah. The only reason I'm just flipping these over is to help me make sure it's spatially visual on the board for everybody to see. Okay, got another 1. So here, the quilter is just slowly trucking along. This is a 3 squares in a row shape. 3 square in a row shape. I'm going to do three squares in a row. I think I will do this down. No, I will do it up here. Alrighty. 3 squares there. I like this game because you can get creative with your colors. The actual game itself comes with these tiny little pencils, tiny little color pencils. Thought that was so cute. But we've decided to laminate some of our player sheets. So I'm using dry erase markers on here so y'all can kind of see what I'm working with. And it helps with replayability, and you don't have to discard the paper when you're done. You can reuse it. So, all right, that is the 3. And the quilter is going, oh my goodness, it is just slow moving today. It's kind of a chill day, I guess. That makes sense. That's another 3 in a row. Another 3 in a row. So I'm going to draw this 3 in a row here. Ooh, I will, what other color should I use? Yeah. I'll do some red. So 3 in a row here. How's everyone else doing on this? Do we have squares yet? Yak Manda, you got some squares yet? Getting some stuff going, hopefully. Take a hydrate break. Not so much. That's okay. There's still 3 rounds, 2 more rounds after this to go. Okie doke, folks, that's the 3. So here we go with the next one. Ooh, it's a 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got a single square. That's where our quilter's going. Single squares are all right. And we will have 1 more shape drawn at this round. Close to a second 3x3. Very nice, Sonia. Very nice. So let's see. All right, so I've got a 1 here. I'm going to extend. See if I can get. So currently I've got a 4x4. If I can get this here, that'll add to it, and then I won't be able to complete for a 5x5, but I'll get a 4x4, and that's not too bad. Not too bad. And there it is. All right. So this is going to be the final draw for this round. And remember, the 2 pieces that do not get used will transfer over to the next round. Oh, rolling it off the table view. Come on now, Jess. There's a 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've got this cross piece. Again, if you do not want to use that piece, you can take one of your bonus actions, which I think I'm going to do this time. I'm going to use my adjacency rule because that Cross piece is not great for me, so I'm going to check off the adjacency rule and actually draw this L shape instead. So I'm going to draw that L shape here instead. For those that are just joining, we've got Eclectic Camels here. Hi, how's it going? We're just starting off, finishing round 1 of Patchwork Doodle. You're welcome to join in on the second and third rounds. If not, we are going to play a second full game, so feel free to just lurk and hang out, but thanks for popping by. Okay, friends, so we've got that piece. I'm going to flip this one over. And now these 2 pieces are going to be used in the future round. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these closer. So there, and the cowboy quilter actually starts in front of those new 2 pieces. But before I put down some new cards, let's tally up our scores, all right? So I will show you on my player sheet what I've got. So across down at the bottom, my longest row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 squares long. However, I do not have 7 squares high. The highest I have that is completed is 1, 2, 3, 4. So my largest square is a 4x4. So I'm going to use this big one. And forgive me if it kind of looks funky, but I'm going to draw this so you all can see this is a 4x4 square. So this will give me 16 points. Plus I have in one row that is also 4 squares high. So that is an additional +1. So all told for this round, I have 17 points. Okay. Anyone needs have any questions on how they're scoring theirs? Please feel free to pop that in the chat. But that's how we score for that round. Now you can continue to build on this square, and you actually want to, because you can score higher for every consecutive round for the larger your square you get. All right. So here we go with our new shapes. Question we got in the chat, only counting 1 square per round. Yes, Sonia, you're only counting 1 square per round and any additional rows attached to that square. So the larger you build up that big square, the better you get. So I would highly recommend, if you just had that 3x3, I would highly recommend in these future rounds building upon that to grow it out to be larger. All right, friends, here we go. Round 2. We're starting off with a big old 1. So here's that L piece from last round. That is going to be our starter piece now. And remember, you've got bonuses that you can use: the adjacency rule, the adding 1 square, the cut rule, and the take a secondary action of that one. So what am I gonna do? Now, if you can see, some of these shapes kind of can be helpful to you in planning where you draw your shapes, right? Because right here, I've got a prime spot for that 2x2 square. I've got a really prime spot here to add to it and kind of build my way up. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to draw that L shape kind of like this to build upon my 4x4, but then also getting that here. go. So that's what I'm going to do on that piece. Okay. Now here we go. Roll them up for the next one. We've got a 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, look at that, folks. I did not predict that to happen, but it did. So I'm going to be rolling here. Get that square. Get that square. Get that square. Get that square. Not a problem. Feel free to lurk away. Collect a camel. Just glad you're here with us. And like I said, we're going to be doing another one in just a minute. So you could stick around and play the second game if you'd like to. Let's see here. All right, 5 by 6 is 26 points. 1 row of 5 plus 1. Yes, exactly right. Okie doke. Let's see. Let's roll this up here. And we've got a 1. So we're going over to this piece. Now, where am I gonna put that piece, huh? Where am I gonna put that piece? I think I'm gonna do that here. Alrighty, and again, you can use one of the adjacencies or draw an extra piece or an adjacent piece, not an extra piece, an adjacent piece. And then, yeah, any of those options you can totally do. Anyone has any more questions about drawing their pieces, feel free to put them in the chat. I think we're doing pretty good so far. Pretty good so far, I think. All right, what's next for our quilter friend? A 1. Geez, there's a lot of 1s today. So that is a 5 square piece. It's a row of 3 and then a row of 2 below it, which is kind of nice. Yeah. So on here, I am going to draw like this, my 3, hoping it doesn't bite me in the end. But we've got it here. There we go. A 3 and a 2. Okie doke. Next piece, we've got 2 more pieces in this round before we score our next square. Oh my gosh, I swear, folks, there are other numbers on this die. Yet we are on this T piece there. Okay, for that T piece. If I chose to do the secondary adjacency, I can do the stair steps here. That could be nice. Or, I mean, the T piece doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot for me. Because I do want to fill up this section. I mean, it's still 3 across either way. Still 3 across. Okay. Well, we'll see how this works. Doing the 3 across here. See if I can get a 5 to do a 5 by 5. We shall see on that one. Getting a little crazy on the fill-ins there, Jess. Gotta stay in your squares. Don't draw extra squares. Stay in your squares. Okay. There we go. Cool. Everyone else doing alrighty on there? Doing okie doke? Okay. This will be the last piece of this round, round 2. Then we'll move on to round 3. It is another 1. So we've got the stairs, my friends. We've got the stairs. And again, if you do not want to draw the stairs, you do have the adjacency rule. So technically, these 2 other pieces would be adjacent to it, if you wanted to use that adjacency rule, or if you just wanted to draw an additional 1 square. This is in addition to this shape. It's not an instead of. The adjacency rule is instead of drawing this shape, you would draw one of the adjacent ones. The cut rule is applied to this shape only. So, and you can combo up if you wanted to draw the adjacent and cut this shape. You can do that. So with the stairs, goodness me, with the stairs. Well, I only see what is in front of me. Okay. Okay. So I am going to draw, the stairs like this. This piece was actually from another time. This piece here. It's not included with the stairs. So, just so y'all know. Just so you all know. Okay, so we've got this piece is done. We are scoring our new squares. So here now, I've got all the way across, so I've got 9, but I do not have 9 tall. I only have 5 tall. So my new square is actually a 5 by 5. So I'm gonna I'll draw that in blue so you all can see it. So my new square is here in blue, 5 by 5. Okay. So 5 by 5 is 25. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 extra rows that are at least 5 squares high. So that total will be 29 for my score for that round. Okay. So we got 5 across, 5 down. Round 1, 16, round 2, 37. Wow, Sonia, that's awesome. Yes, I see exactly how you can do that. Load them up, draw more, exponentially growing your square to be larger and larger, and then you score more points that way. So, okay, friends, how is everyone else doing? Same, also 37, Yakmanda? That's cool. Wow, you all are doing super good on this. Okay, we're going into the final round, friends. I cannot guarantee that I won't keep drawing and rolling ones. It is just the luck of the die, and you all are seeing what is happening on this table. There is no magic, unless there is magic, unless you think of it as magic going on here. So, all right, round 3. There's a 2. Oh my goodness gracious. There is a 2 on this die. So we've got that 5, that long L shape is a 5. So we got 3 high and 2 across. I know where I'm going to put that one. So I've got 3 high and 2 across. I might just fill in my entire board, which is something I rarely do when I play this game, to be honest. I rarely able to do that. Those are the worst possible cards. Yes, I apologize. They're super large. And I hope that you all didn't use all of your bonuses right away, because now is a good time to do so. I've still got the fill in the one square. I've still got the cut. So yeah. So if you don't want to use this L shape, the one square here and the little tiny L are your adjacency pieces. Perfect use of the one square with the long L. Yeah. Yeah, you fit it. If you can fit it in, now's the time to do it, because those bonuses don't do anything for you at the end of the game. They're only helping you during the game. So, okie doke, friends, here we go. Next roll is a 1, of course. We've got that single 1. Okay. Now, if I'm looking ahead, we've got some longer shapes, some kind of funky shapes here. Funky shapes. So I'm going to draw that one square here. Okay. Oh, yeah, I think I want to wait to use that one square. Wait to use that one square. So we've got, this says your adjacent, this little kind of a backward C with a nub on it, and then this would be your other adjacent piece there. Okie doke, here we go. Next roll is a 2, 1, 2. So we've got that long, it's kind of a long T piece. Long T. Ooh, okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that long T piece, draw it here. And then I'm going to use my one square fill in and do my one square fill in right here. So I have used my one square bonus. And so on this final round, we're going to keep rolling until there are 3 available shapes left. And then you will draw one of those 3 shapes as your final piece on your board. So we will get 1, 2, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. So we will get another 2 rolls. And then we will have the remaining 5. So 3 more pieces to draw after this shape. All right, next, where's our quilter going? 2, 1, 2. So we got this long bridge section. I'll move it slightly off so you can see the long bridge. Well, I could do that long bridge. I could use my cut action. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to draw it up here. and cut off this little nub here on the bottom. So I essentially made it a long L shape. So you've got the long L shape going. So I have used my cut. And now I have my duplicate left if I choose to use it, which will duplicate all anyone's up here. So we will get one more roll in this round and then have another option to draw one of the 3 remaining shapes. So you will get 2 more shapes to draw after this shape. 2 more shapes to draw. Okay. Where are we going, Quilter? 2. Okay, so we've got this little L. Got the little L. Little L. Okay, I'm going to draw the little L here. And then, yeah, I think that'll be the good for me there. All right. So these are our 3 remaining shapes that we have. You get to draw one of them and use up any bonuses or anything that you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw I'm going to draw this long L shape. I'm going to draw it here. All right, I'm going to draw it here. And then since I have a duplicate, what I am going to do is I'm going to use my duplicate to draw another single 1 square. And I'm going to draw my single 1 square here. Okay. So now I believe I have an 8 by 8 because this is open here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did complete the 9, but my largest square is the 8 by 8. So 8 by 8 is 64 plus an additional row. So it's 65 for me in this one. Then what you're going to do is minus 1 point for every empty square. So I have -3 here. Then it's time to do some maths. Okay. 60, 99, 106, 111, 108, I believe. I'm doing my maths right. No, not maths. I know. I've been watching too many streams overseas. People across the pond using maths. -3, 108. Yep. All right. How'd y'all do on that, friends? Again, we are going to do another round. I will shuffle these up. If anyone else would like to play again. Maths and sport. Oh, 110. Very nice, Sonia. Very nice. Yakmanda, how did you do? Breaking 100. That is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. 116. Holy smokes. That was a fairly close game, friends. Fairly close game. All right. I'm going to take these. We are going to make a new game. I'm going to try to see if I can recreate this nice, lovely circle. Bear with me, but if you want to play again, get your scoring sheets ready. Get those scoring sheets ready. And if anybody's lurking and they want to play, now is your chance. We are in the second game of Doodle, Patchwork Doodle. Every day I'm doodling, which is so true. I have an artsy heart, so I like to doodle and sketch and things. That seems all right, huh? Best that you've ever done. Wow. Oh, and Eclectic Camel also got 116 just for lurking. That's pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. All right, friends, we're going to need two numbers between 1 and 10. 1 and 10 again. So we can give y'all all right, Sonia, if you're lurking, great. If you're popping off, it's so lovely to see your face online and in text form. You are feel free to just hang out, my friend. We are going to be doing this second game here. Should be going a little bit quicker now that I don't have to explain things. No explaining. All right, we need some numbers. I need some numbers. Two numbers between 1 and 10. Two numbers between 1 and 10. Gonna pick some numbers. Gonna pick some numbers. I got a number 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a 3. All right. And a 3. Boom. Okay, friends, there's our starter pieces. Can't stay, but wanted to drop by for a bit. Have a great stream. Thanks, Eclectic Camel. Have a great evening, whatever you're up to. I believe you're on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. So it is a early evening for you, friend. Enjoy the rest of your day as well. All right, I'm going for the cool colors. Hot colors, cool colors. Here we go. I am drawing, I've got this long T piece. Okay. Not a great start. Not a great start. Now, I have this thing. How my brain works is I play it like Tetris, where I start at the bottom and I work my way up. Now on this stream, this game, I'm going to do the opposite. See how it goes. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down. I'm giving myself an extra challenge. Y'all can do whatever floats your boat. I'm going to take this time to do a little extra. Extra. Do a little extra. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. My brain might explode if I did that. Yes, I can understand. It's a little extra challenge. Here's our starter pieces. All right, Quilter, you're starting here, my friend. Let's roll you up. And of course, it's a 1. So we're starting with this little C. This little C piece. Okay. Do I already want to use an adjacency rule? Holy smokes. No, I'm not, because there is a single piece out. So I'm going to draw it here just to see how it is. Draw in the little piece. Okay. See how that goes. See how it goes. Get it? Does that first shape have to touch an edge? No, it does not, Sonia. That's a good question. You can draw it anywhere in the middle of your board. The reason I like edges is, again, because of Tetris. And it just helps me visually see where I can connect pieces to one another. So, but that's a good question. It does not have to start on an edge. All right, that's our first piece. Here we go. Again with the 1. I apologize. I know this die is different than most D6s. I just don't like that piece. So, oof, I really don't like that piece. But I can fit it here because I know that there is some 2 pieces coming. And yeah, my square is not starting off on a good foot here. But that's okay. It's just the first round. It is just the first round. All right, anyone else we've got here that's playing along? I think it's just Yakmanda, myself. Oh, we've got a 3. 1, 2, 3. Ow. Okay. That's a long T. I don't like that piece, so I am taking the adjacency rule right off the bat. Oh, it's painful. It's painful, folks. It is painful. But I need to get my square. I need to get this square here. So I took this piece instead as my adjacency rule. Oh, painful, folks, painful. It's all right. We can do this. 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 All right, where are you going, Quilter? Of course, you're going 1, because why not? The Z, we've got a Z, folks. We've got a Z. Z. Hello. Is a Z you're looking for? Sing it with me now. Hello. Don't bother to close the door. We know we can plan for the second square because either the cowboy will eventually land on one of them or we'll get to choose it at the end. On this first round though, Sonia, we actually, it'll, if it doesn't get chosen, yes, it'll roll over to the next round. So it could be a possibility. You are correct on that. Okie doke, the Z piece. Come on now. There, 3. 1, 2, 3. Speaking of the 2, there we are. Huzzah. Okay. But now I have choices though. I could put it here to continue my 2 by 2 section. I could put it here and I would have a 3, but I would only get a 3 by 3 there. So it's probably better if I do this and do the 2 up here. Probably best to do that. Okie doke. There we go. Next, where are we going, cowboy? Our last, this is going to be the last piece of this round, and then the next 2 pieces will roll over. A 3, of course. 1, 2, 3. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Okay, well, I'm going to plan for the future. Plan for the future. Got 5. Plan this here. And then, since I can complete, so I can do this here and use my 1s fill in. Unfortunately, the 1 fill in here. Because I know those are going to roll over. So yeah, I'll just keep it for the 2. Yeah. Or I could do another one here. That would be 3 by 3, 10, 11. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm using all of my bonuses. Oh, this hurts. This hurts. But I'm duplicating my 1 square so I can do this. Because now when I'm adding them, I will have a 3 by 3. Or no, actually I have a 4 by 4. That completes a 4 by 4 for me. So here is my largest square. And I don't have any extra rows or columns, so that's just straight 16 for me on that round, which is not terrible. It is not terrible. All right, y'all. How did we do? I'm going to move our quilter friend over here so we can just see those closer that way. Is there another row of 4? Oh, you are right, Sonia. That is correct. So I have a +1 here. So I actually got 17. Thank you. Thank you for that. I have a 17. See, I was too busy looking on the sides. I didn't look what was right below. Thank you so much. Okay, so we've got these big pieces. Ah, that's not too terrible. Got a little one. Okay, where is the quilter going? 3, 1, 2, 3. This really long T piece. The really long T piece. Goodness me. I have to draw it because I already used my adjacency and things. I could cut it. I could decide to cut it. Oh, well, good, Sonia. I'm glad you were asking that question, though, too. It helps to know if you're calculating it right. Okay, so I am going to use the cut. Gosh, this just, anyway. I'm going to cut, and I'm actually going to cut off one of these little nubbin parts. So I can do this for that here. Now I'm hoping I can get to some of these little pieces. I don't want this piece in particular, but the way the cowboy quilter wants to roll dice, it doesn't seem probable. Oh, so crazy. So crazy, friends. So crazy, friends. Okay. So that's this piece here. Rolling up again, and we've got a 2. So we've got a single one. That's nice. I will draw that single one here because there is another single one that's coming. Single one there. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. Got that T shape. Okay. I can work with that. We'll do our T shape here. So far, it looks like my my working my way from the top down has been okay so far. Looks like I've been doing okay. Yakmanda, how are you doing on this? You doing better, you think? Not so much? Oh, look, it's a single one. Got my single one here. So I will fill in this nice single one. Although we're getting these nice tiny shapes now, round 3 will probably be problematic. It's all relative. Okay, true, that's fair. That's fair to say. Got your one square here. So we've got 2 more shapes in this round before we go into round 3. And 1, 2, awesome. This weird tuning fork shape. Well, I just so happen to have a spot for it, friends. I just so happen to have a spot for it. Look at that. Do 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 do. I'm liking this color scheme that I'm doing. Got the warm reds and oranges and pinks on the other side and the cool greens and blues on this side. I'm liking it. Time will tell. Yes, time will tell as we go into this final round what will happen. Okie doke, this is the last piece of this round. And it's a 1. It's a long straight piece. Okay. Ooh, so that's not going to help me with anything for my squares. So I might as well just stick it here on the side and hope for the best going into round 3. So we will save this. Yes, my color scheme is restful. Yeah, I could see that. It's very soothing. You can picture some ambient music in the background. I'm currently listening to the rain outside. It's been on and off interesting rain going on here. Okay, so I'm going to move this one here. Move our quilter friend here, and we're gonna score up our squares. So now I believe I've got a 5 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is my largest. So I've got 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. I think that's what I got last time on round 2. But here we go. I'll do that here, my 5. Yeah, 25 on that one. 29, excuse me. So I got 5, 5, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yep. Okie doke. Our new pieces, friends, for this final round. Oh, rolled off, you can't see it. It's a 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3, we got a twofer. We've got a twofer, folks. Where shall I put that to? I can put it here. I could put it here. Could also have here. Nice. All right. Yakmanda liked the twofer. All right. Doing this here. Yeah, I used all my bonuses, friends, so I am at the whim of the dice. I am at the whim of the dice. Okie doke. Here we are. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, got that long L shape. Yeah, I am without a net on this one. You are correct, Sonia, without a net. Oh, jeepers. Okay. If I put it over on this side, I could have space for this interesting pink shape. Maybe I'll do that. See if I can get a good dice roll. See if the quilter will let me have a nice dice roll. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. By this time, my mind is not particularly ready to calculate putting shapes in anyway. My Tetris skills are slowly depleting. It's probably because it's getting close to my dinner time. But yeah, I'm like, oh, where can I fit these shapes? So anyways, here we go. A 2, 1, 2. Okay, we've got that interesting looking bridge shape. I could put it here, kind of sideways. That'll leave an opening for that little tiny L. Because we have, let's see, 2 more rolls, and then we get to pick a final shape. So yeah, let's see what happens if I do this. This might not be the best of ideas, but we're going with it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah, I've got limited space now for the rest of these pieces. Limited space. Let's see where we're going. Let's see where we're going. 3. Oh boy. Ugh, we've got this T shape. Okay. Okay. Well, fiddlesticks. I can always choose not to draw it, because that is always an option. You can draw, you can choose pass. Yeah. But it's going to cost me empty points. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do it. I think I'm just going to pass and not draw this shape, because it just doesn't seem to work with my plans. Does not seem to work with my plans. Okay. One more roll before we choose. It's a 2, so we've got 1, 2. This is crazy pink shape. All right, friends, crazy pink shape. Now, what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to draw it up here so that I can at least get this filled in and then get this here, because I can't draw it this way, unfortunately. So I think my best option is just to draw it here. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. Draw that here. So it at least will give me another row. Completed. So that's this piece here. Then we've got these 3 remaining shapes, and I'm going to draw this little tiny L down here. Oh, and now I get to do my squares. So the longest square, I have 9 across, but I only have 7 high because I did not complete this section here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 across there. So that's 49, 50, 51. That's my last one there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minus 6. I think that's my biggest one because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 by 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah, that wouldn't give me any benefit there. So I think that's my final total. Okay, so add them up. 50, 80, 9. Ooh, 91, not as great. Not as great as my last game, but still okay. How'd you all do? 117. That's better, I think, than your last one, Yakmanda. That's awesome. Very well done. Very, very well done. And that, my friends, is Patchwork Doodle. We got through 2 different games. That's pretty exciting. I'm really glad we were able to squeeze the 2 games in for us here. So I'm going to pop back up to the chat front-facing window so you can see me. This has been awesome to have all of you in the chat. Thanks for joining me. Next week, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to be playing. If anyone has any suggestions on certain games that they would like to see me play, feel free to let me know. You can also follow me on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the Facebooks. in that way and pop them into those chat channels as well. Let's see, we can do some rating. Who is online right now? We've got Board Game House, Time Rollers on here, Renegade Games is playing stuff right now. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see what they're doing. We'll do some rating of Time Roller, see what they're up to. Okie doke. I'll leave you all with that. I will get my screen up here with all the Instagram handles and Facebook handles and all that fun stuff. So y'all can follow me if you would like to. I usually post things fairly regular basis. Try to do some cats and boxes and all that, you know, fun things. Soma has been reclined to being upstairs today because anything having to deal with cards on tables, she's most likely going to step all over them. So if we were playing things that did not need to be kind of on top-down view, if it was just, you know, face-to-face chatting and things, then I would have her here. But all right, we will be rating the Time Roller channel, seeing what they're playing right now. I think they're playing Grand Austria Hotel, it looks like. So I will say goodbye to all of you. Thanks for playing. Thanks for stopping in, and I will catch you next time. Bye.